Patriots, Nameless Socials here. Welcome to the 8th and final episode of Aequalitatem, an LGBTQ plus educational video series. This series has consisted of 8 videos covering the following topics: LGBTQ plus history, sexualities, romantic identities, gender identities, queer representation, relationships, LGBTQ plus discrimination/gatekeeping, and how to be a good ally. This episode, we'll be talking about how you can be a good ally to those you know in the LGBTQ plus community, how to be supportive, and charities you could donate to if you want to support the LGBTQ plus community. The goal of this series has been to educate people about the LGBTQ plus community, to encourage acceptance and understanding of those who may be seen as different than the norm. The name of the series, Aequalitatem, means equality in Latin, and that is what we're promoting in the series. The series is written by an American, and therefore will be focusing more from an American point of view. All resources used in these videos will be available down below, so I encourage you to check them out all for yourself. I'll also be doing my best to answer any questions you put in the comment section below. A common question cisgender heterosexuals ask during Pride is, how do I be a good ally? Today, I am here to answer this question not just for during Pride Month, but for the whole year. Being an LGBTQ plus ally isn't exclusive to Pride Month, same as being queer isn't exclusive to Pride Month. But how can you, dear viewer, who I hope has been with me on the Aequalitatem journey from the beginning, be a good ally to those in your life who identify as LGBTQ plus? The first and most important part of being an LGBTQ plus ally is respecting people. Whether it be their pronouns, relationship, or identity, respecting them is the first step. Another very important step is to listen. Listen to what the LGBTQ plus people in your life are asking for. Ask for everyone's pronouns, even if you know they are cisgender. Asking for pronouns is something you need to normalize, as everyone has pronouns. There is no reason not to ask for them. If you see injustice, don't just stand around and not do anything. Report it. Stand up for the LGBTQ plus fans. Don't just let it slide. If people continue to use hateful language and swear words, as well as being generally homophobic and transphobic, it won't ever stop. Make sure to do your research. If there's a topic you don't understand, look it up. The internet is a wonderful place for you to learn all about different types of topics. You can also ask your local queer or a friend if they know. Intend to talk about and bring awareness to LGBTQ plus affairs, make sure you are up to date. It is okay to ask questions, as long as you're respectful about it and it is a genuine question. For example, if you don't know what a term means, it's okay to ask the person who brought it up what it means. However, asking a non-binary person what their birth sex is rude and, frankly, none of your business. Also, make sure it's okay to ask questions first, because some people may not be willing to answer your questions at the time. Try not to use heavily gendered or assumptuous language. Instead of the classic, do you have a boyfriend? Try, do you have a partner? It will cause less of an awkward situation than if you said the first one and they were a lesbian girl. Be yourself. There's no need to completely change yourself. If you truly believe in equality, then don't change yourself. As long as you're respectful, you'll be fine. Finally, if you can be there, be there. Be an advocate. If there is a pride parade or protest in your areas, attend. Don't stand by injustice when there is something you can do to help fight it. There are many ways you can be supportive during and outside of Pride. By just showing up to help the community, you're being supportive. You can also donate to some LGBTQ plus charities, shop at LGBTQ plus run businesses, and stop supporting homophobic or transphobic companies. Donating is also a great way to help the community, whether it's donating to an LGBTQ plus homeless shelter, or your local Pride committee, or queer club. What are some LGBTQ plus charities you can donate to? The Charter Project is dedicated to saving the lives of young LGBTQ plus people who have some of the highest suicide rates in the world. PFLAG is dedicated to creating safe communities where LGBTQ plus people don't have to fear for their lives when turning a corner. They are also dedicated to equality for all, and making sure all LGBTQ plus youth grow up in a loving and accepting home. GLAD is a platform that helps elevate the voices of the LGBTQ plus community. The It Gets Better project aims to elevate and connect LGBTQ plus youth around the globe. All of these organizations are amazing choices if you want to donate financially to their efforts to make communities thinking. Links to all of these will be in the description. Now, admittedly, I was having some trouble vetting the script. I wasn't sure what to talk fully about other than the fundamentals. So I decided to ask the queer people I know what they want from allies. So I reached out to my school's GSA, Gender Sexuality Alliance, as well as my local pride group to conduct my own survey using Google Forms. The form had three questions. Number one, do you feel supported by allies? Number two, how old are you? This one was optional. And three, what do you need from allies to best support you? I included the age question as I wanted to see if different age groups wanted different things from allies to feel supported. The age groups were 10 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 18, and 19 plus. While only receiving 8 responses, 50% of the respondents said they felt supported by allies currently. No one outright said that they didn't feel supported, however, it was a lot of, it depends on the person, and I feel supported but also not. Out of the respondents that answered that were within the 13 through 15 age range, one said yes, while the others said something along the lines of, it depends. In the 16 to 18 group, two-thirds of the respondents answered with a it depends answer to the first question, and the last one-third said yes. There were two 19 plus respondents, one answering yes, while the other replying with a very relatable sentence to quote, I can count the number of non-queer people I know on one hand. End quote. There were no 10 through 12 age group respondents. Common theme among the answers to question number 3 was respect, recognition, and acceptance. Quote, I need allies to tolerate all my gay jokes, not make homophobic jokes, respect me, and to not think that it's just a phase, end quote, said one respondent in the 13 through 15 age group. A 16 through 18 respondent discussed allies being able to stand up to homophobes, transphobes, etc., and making them feel valid, but also not being afraid to ask questions. Quote, vote for people with an LGBTQ plus policy that doesn't suck, end quote, said one of the 16 through 18 respondents. Another 16 through 18 respondents spoke about having more knowledge and respect and acceptance for those on the aromantic/asexual spectrum. So, what can we gather from these results? While the survey had a very small sampling of queers, one thing shines above the rest: respect. Acceptance comes from respect. Validating people comes from respect. Most of the answers can be boiled down to some form of respect. What does that mean for allies? How does this data help them become better allies? It shows that queer people want to be accepted and respected for who they are. To be a good ally, the first step is to be respectful and accept those in the LGBTQ plus community without trying to demand they be one way or control their identity. With that, this marks the end of the final episode of the Aequalitatem series. Thank you all for the support and interaction with the series since the beginning. Even though I'm recording this before anything is, I want to say thank you to everyone watching for taking the time out of your day to support the cause of bringing more awareness and acceptance to the LGBTQ plus community. I also want to say a huge, huge thank you to all the people who helped me make this series possible. Firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to New Mexico State Senator Rio Jaramillo for advising me and guiding me through this whole series, as well as helping with promotion and all stuff and writing scripts. I'd also like to offer thanks to Link, Celia, and Kai from my school's Gender Sexuality Alliance, who I had the pleasure of working with throughout the school year when I served as GSA president, and who volunteered to assist me in the gender identity video. More thanks to the rest of my school's GSA and my local pride group who are reviewing and offering feedback on my scripts to make sure I include important, accurate, and factual information. You know who you are. And Alex, he helped me too, despite me forcing him to. And once again, a huge thank you to all of you. Without you, this series wouldn't have been possible. You can find all the information about the making of this series, and also view the scripts for the series on the brand new channel website, which is releasing today as this video airs. On this website, you will also find all my non-gotcha related videos and a bonus video every week. Ooh. But more about that this Sunday. Without any more delay, I hope you all enjoyed the Aequalitatem series and learned something about the LGBTQ plus community. Thank you all so much for watching.